Hey, Simply Sugar here with the Evening News Rundown. Let's get right to it. So, Trump is trying to pressure the Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell into cutting interest rates. Jerome Powell states that the Feds must stay neutral and independent, warning that inflation is still sticky. But, the markets are hedging on a cut around September, and so the markets rose slightly. They also rose slightly because of the ceasefire that seems to be holding. I don't know. I don't know if the ceasefire is going to hold. This is a very volatile situation. I'm sorry, I couldn't get that out. But we shall see. It's holding for now. Trump escalates his war on leakers because, he wanted to lie to Congress and to the American people with the total obliteration of these Iranian nuclear sites, when in fact that there was no obliteration and it was just pushed back months. So his answer to that is not to tell Congress anything. Even though the leak is not coming from Congress, the leak is coming from within his own agencies who, don't want him lying to the American people. You notice how Tulsi Gabbard, when questioned in Congress, did not lie, but then retracted her statements after her testimony because they know that that is a high crime to lie in front of Congress. I totally feel like the president will do that because he has presidential immunity, which he is taking to the hilt by breaking the law every which way he can. And seemingly nothing is happening to him, and we could thank our Supreme Court for that. Trump is exhausting, but it continues. He went on some social media tirade in reference to Mamdani winning the primary ticket for the Democrats here in the United States, in New York, which is in the United States, attacking him as a 100% communist lunatic, attacking the way he looks, and then throwing Jasmine Crockett into the fray and AOC. I definitely think this is roid rage. He had that mark on his hand that's been highly reported that they attempted to cover up with some orange tinged cover-up foundation makeup. It didn't work because you can't match that type of complexion. But I actually think he's feeling the high, and this is why you see him even more aggressive than usual. I think that if there's an addiction to anything, it's addiction to the way he feels when he takes that hit of steroids. It gives him that extra oomph none of us want. Moving on, Donald Trump is also calling for a CNN reporter to be fired, the one who broke the story about the nuclear sites not being destroyed. So again, going after free press. This is very exhausting, I know. But to continue on being exhausted, we saw seniors getting arrested at Capitol Hill today in their wheelchairs getting zip-tied by the Capitol Police. We also learned that ICE is now targeting Iranian people who've been here for 50 plus years to pressure, I guess, the Iranian government into negotiating and give up their antimony, that material needed to make hypersonic weapons, solar panels, and other penetrating weaponry here in the United States. Did I mention that ICE is now going after foster care kids? Yeah, that's the thing. They're now targeting foster care kids outside of their temporary homes, because that's what foster care is. It's not a permanent home. In Florida, of all places, you gotta love Florida, but that's what's happening in the United States. Let me know your thoughts. I'm Simply Sugar. Please like, share, and follow if you can.